Community Action News with Rick Godley, CAN. Remember, when you can't, maybe together we can. Community Action News, CAN.
Rick Talk.
All right, thank you. We're going to move on to the second question. This question is for Mr. Jesse McGee. What are your top priorities in your first 6 months? What specific operational changes would you make to improve community policing while reprioritizing or cutting existing efforts? Please.
I want to start out first 6 months. That was the question, what to do. I would say you need to analyze all processes. Like Good?
Yeah, I don't know what's buzzing. That's that.
All processes need to be analyzed. I would like to interview each and every employee of the sheriff's office to find out where they think improvements need to be made within their job, within their areas. They are the boots on the ground. They understand what needs to be fixed. I'm not interviewing them like they're interviewing for their job. I'm interviewing to get their insight. I think each individual employee, from the lady that answers the phone all the way to the warden at the jail, they all have insight that is valuable. And I'm not coming from a law enforcement background. I'm going to need all the insight I can get. But what I'm going to bring to the table is the business aspect, the fresh perspective and the business aspect. I can tell you, I could spitball a few things on what I think could be changed upon. But until you get in there and start peeling back the layers, there's no real way to say, I'm going to change this or I'm going to change that. But I can promise you each and every day, I will do my best for the parish. And I will do what's best for the people each and every day.
Thank you. But before we move on to this response here, as an oversight of mine, I forgot to let the candidates know the envelopes that are in front of you have the questions written on it. That way you can look and follow along and kind of know how to stay on topic. That was an oversight of mine. I apologize. Mr. Smith, go ahead.
No problem. As a police chief, I'm looking at it a little different. To me, if we go back to that tax, we got to remember.
Can you speak into the microphone, please?
We have to remember why we got into that situation in the first place. We got into that situation because, just like in most of the country, people have been losing trust with law enforcement. People have been losing confidence in law enforcement. So my first 6 months will probably be trying to rebuild trust, rebuild confidence, go around the parish to see what we need to do around the parish to regain those.
Do we have anyone else that want to respond? Remember, we don't all have to respond to it unless you have something new to add. But if anyone else has anything to add, if not, we'll move on.
Try that one again. All right, this one working?
Yeah,
Good,
I apologize for the technical difficulties
No,
here.
that's all right. There's no way to give a definitive answer of what you're going to do when you first get in that office. The first thing that you're going to have to do, in my opinion, is go in and look at the operational budgets for the prison, the sheriff's office, and look at what is currently being spent before you can make any, and look and see what's available before you can make any judgments on anything. And, so any preconceived ideas of what we can change or do, I think is going to be a false statement until we can see where our budget allows us to go from before making cuts of any kind, if you want to make cuts at all.
I can answer this from a different perspective because 6 months I've been analyzing operating costs, budget. In 6 months, I've inefficient spending. In the first 2 weeks, I met with the Secretary and Undersecretary of the State of Louisiana Office of Juvenile Justice and achieved $109 a day per OJJ inmate, which is equivalent on the low end to $800,000 a year in revenue. And that's what you do in the first 6 months.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Good night.